we designed a new map for Modern Warfare 2.
My name is Jeffrey Smith. I'm a director of multiplayer design. Farm 18 came out of the idea of we kind of like the shoot house facility map, so we decided to think of hidden training facilities. But it's also in an industrial cement factory. And the idea was, what if we put a shoot house type situation in the middle? If you really want to play that crazy game, you can go to the center and that action will find you. If you want to pull back and play a different way, it's still available to you.
I'm Ashley Thundercliff, and I'm a senior environmentalist. So when the design has approved the layout of the map and we're happy with it, and we come in and we transform those blockhouses into full-fledged environments for the players to immerse themselves in. The other problem was balancing the foliage. If we go too dense with the foliage, we have people hide in the corners. If we don't go dense enough, we don't sell the narrative of the overgrowth. So it's all a perfect balance between all departments trying to find the perfect harmony to make sure that we've got a beautiful, realistic looking space, whilst also being fun for the players to enjoy.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
Yo, what is going on, you guys? This is GamingWithSal and welcome back to the channel. So what y'all just saw was an intel drop provided by Infinity Ward, in which they not only discussed about the thought process that goes into creating maps for the multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2, but they also shared some gameplay and our first official look at the multiplayer as well. So yes, we finally got multiplayer footage. And as you all heard in the video, the map that was showcased in this intel drop is known as Farm 18, which is inspired or similar to Shoot House from Modern Warfare 2019. Apparently, a few content creators who have already gotten their hands on the game got to play this map alongside a few others, of course, and was one of the many maps that have already been leaked as well. As far as the design of this map goes, I'm really liking how it caters to all different playstyles. So for example, when it comes down to something like the middle portion of the map where we have this pretty sizable building, it seems like this is where weapons such as assault rifles, submachine guns, and shotguns are going to thrive. Because when I say that this area of the map feels like it's made for close quarters, I mean it's really close. As you guys can see in the gameplay for this area of the map, this portion of the building just looks very congested and overall really crowded. So this is an area of the map where I can definitely see myself using something like a shotgun. And then there's the outer portion of the map that takes place outdoors, and it looks like areas that are meant for players who are using LMGs, marksman rifles, and even sniper rifles. So again, I enjoy playing on maps that allow versatility as far as playstyles go, because it promotes players to pretty much use all sorts of weapons instead of having to always choose weapons from a specific category. Now, on top of all of that, if it wasn't obvious enough, the M4A1 has also made its return into Modern Warfare 2. And the only thing I can say about this is that as far as the model goes for this weapon, it looks very similar to the model that was used in Modern Warfare 2019. But then again, I'm not too surprised by this just because of the fact that Modern Warfare 2 is probably going to be taking place like a few years after Modern Warfare 2019, and therefore the weapons aren't really going to look all that drastically different. However, whenever it comes down to the way that this weapon was being used, the one thing that I immediately noticed, along with many of you probably, was that the recoil on the Modern Warfare 2 version looked insane in comparison to the version that was used in Modern Warfare 2019. I mean, the gun was practically flying all over the place. But I did actually hear a rumor about how the soldier that we're going to be playing with will experience quote-unquote stress or fatigue throughout the match, which could affect the way that the weapon is being handled. But again, this is just a rumor that I heard, and to be honest, I really don't remember where I heard it from. So definitely don't quote me when it comes down to this topic, or specifically this rumor, because now that I think about it, I'm not sure how true this is, since it would have to work alongside with the way that the attachments would also affect the weapon, and it just seems like it's a whole messy idea as far as at least multiplayer goes. So maybe this rumor is referring to the campaign instead, because that would make a lot more sense. But anyways, the M4A1 isn't the only thing that's similar in comparison to its counterpart in Modern Warfare 2019. Modern Warfare 2, in my opinion, in general, is looking very similar to the way that Modern Warfare 2019 did as far as the graphics go. I mean, yeah, sure, there might be slightly better lighting here and there, but overall, this game pretty much just looks like Modern Warfare 2019 as far as a visual standpoint goes. And I don't know how to feel about that, just because a part of me was hoping that they would improve and further build upon the graphics from Modern Warfare 2019, but at the same time, the graphics in that game was also amazing and still holds up today. I mean, both games definitely look better than something like Black Ops Cold War, and even better than something like Vanguard Vanguard in my personal opinion. But then again, who knows? The game could visually look more amazing than Modern Warfare 2019, but we wouldn't really know that because the video that Infinity Ward dropped was posted in 720p or something like that. So it's definitely going to look way better once we get to see videos of multiplayer in 1080p or even 4K, and especially when we get our own hands on the game if you're going to be taking part of the beta later in September or picking up the game in October whenever it releases. Now, even though we got our first look at multiplayer and, you know, people are trying to board on the COD hype train or whatever it's called, I want to stay cautiously optimistic. And since I'm trying to stay cautiously optimistic, I do have a few concerns. So when it comes down to the gameplay, I know that it wasn't really all that much. It was like a few seconds of actual gameplay with the weapons and all of that. But if you look at certain points of the map, I did notice that there were doors. And I'm not too happy about that because doors were one of the main reasons why I didn't enjoy most of the maps in Modern Warfare 2019. I mean, there was a habit where some players would literally hide behind them with claymores and just camp it out the entire match. And that would be, well, let's just say that annoying is not enough to describe how I feel about those types of players. But anyways, another concern I have is visibility, because even though, like I said, we didn't get too much gameplay out of the clip that we all just saw in the beginning of this video, visibility is something that I'm worried about because that was an issue that me and a good amount of other players had as far as Modern Warfare 2019 goes, where it was kind of hard to see enemies depending on where they were located on the map and stuff like that. And since Modern Warfare 2 is looking very similar to Modern Warfare 2019, I'm kind of worried that this problem might return as well. And just for the record, this wasn't in the gameplay, but I really hope that safe spaces don't come back because they are not needed, and honestly, in my opinion, it kind of ruins the flow of the map. So fingers crossed that we won't be seeing any safe spaces in any of the maps in Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. But to kind of close out the video, I do want to say that I enjoy these types of like videos where it's behind the scenes footage of how they make certain maps, or just, you know, listening to the thought process that goes into making a video game, not just, you know, for Call of Duty, but for anything in general. Plus, this reminds me of all of the intel videos that we used to receive whenever DLC maps would release for older Call of Duty titles or any sort of post-launch content, such as Black Ops 1. Like, when it comes to that game specifically, I remember all of the videos that used to come out where the developers would talk about some of the maps that are coming as DLC maps, and just, again, talking about the thought process that went behind making that map and why they chose to go about releasing a map such as the ones that they made for post-launch content. So if we can get more videos like that from Infinity Ward, especially when it comes down to the content that we're all going to receive whenever Season 1, Season 2, Season 3 kicks in and all that kind of stuff, it'd be really cool to see, again, just behind the scene footage of the content that went into being a part of these future seasons. So again, I'm not holding my breath that they're going to do this all the time, but maybe getting videos like this from time to time would be pretty cool. And as far as the intel drops, such as the one that we got today goes, expect to see more of these type of videos come out maybe over the next couple of weeks, leading up to the Call of Duty Next event that's going to be taking place later on in September. And if you guys haven't heard about what Call of Duty Next is, or maybe just want to get more information on when we can see multiplayer footage as well as get our hands on the beta, y'all should definitely check out my last video that I uploaded, because I did go ahead and talk about all of these topics there. So again, if you're interested in all of that, make sure you go check out that video after you're done watching this one. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video here. Thank you all so much for dropping by and checking out today's content. If you enjoyed the commentary, please go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel with the bell notification turned on, so that way you'll never miss an upload, which again, fingers crossed I can continue to keep sticking to a proper uploading schedule, because I really want to go ahead and grow this channel back up and for it to thrive. So yeah, if you guys want to be part of that journey, like I said, make sure you subscribe and click that bell icon. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye.